The four qualities of empathy, a spiritual awakening, and a map of healing for empaths. My life is now divided into parts. Life before my spiritual awakening and life after my spiritual awakening. My spiritual awakening started officially for me on February 2021. It was still COVID-19 time. Fear was the name of the game and death too. On February 2021, the man I loved for 20 years passed away, and I felt lost. I fell in love with him the very first moment I saw him, a very long time ago. We had a very long, complicated, friends with benefits relationship, but he was a central part of 20 years of my life. I'm 42 now. Not as much by presence as he was a constant part of my dreams, daydreams, ambitions, life decisions, and career decisions. I was so fond of him that for 20 years I talked about us to everybody I used to know and see as a friend. Nonetheless, it seemed difficult to some people to understand my grief after his loss. On day two, after him leaving this realm of life, I met a friend who knew about my feelings for him, and to me stating at her how heartbroken I was because of his death, she was like, well, these things happen all the time. It was still COVID-19 time. 2 months later, another friend wrote to me and asked me how was I doing, like in general. I told her about his stress and how it had affected me. And she answered, well, don't worry. People die every day, every other day. It was still COVID-19 in 2021. 1 year later, in March, another friend called me. She said to me she felt the need to call me because that day she had been thinking all day about me. And I asked her why. She answered, today is his birthday, and I thought you'd be in pain. Oh, thank you, I replied. And she added, do you remember you owe me 300 euro? I called also in the same call to ask you if you can pay me back. It was March 2022. These situations happened to me on the verge of my spiritual awakening. I really made judgments on the three of them. They added fuel to my anger and pain, and I judged them as insensitive human beings who never had any good feeling in their heart for me or anybody else. I believed also they were doing that just to harm me in my vulnerable moment. Well, in September 2021, another close friend of mine lost a friend of hers. At the time, we were not as close as I believed we were for 20 years. or our individual pains did not allow our friendship to grow further at that point of our lives, because my spiritual awakening would never have taken place without that event. So, on learning about her loss, I wrote to her, "I'm sorry, I am not able to console you on your loss as you are able to console me." She felt hurt by my words and took them as me wanting to revolve her attention toward me and not at what has happened, which was not my intention at all. That very thing hurt me even more, and that hurt made me go on full rage toward myself. In December 2021, COVID-19 found me. On December 2021, one night I had a long panic attack and I was not able to calm myself. Nobody at my home heard me crying on the balcony. Then, suddenly, I felt peace. I felt a hug and a presence. I called that presence with the name of my guardian angel, Archangel Raziel. And since that day, we officially talk to each other every time possible. And I'm grateful for that. The second quality is recognizing emotions in other people and then communicating that. Instead of recognizing their emotions and their truth over these conversations, I went through my rabbit hole of anger toward myself, and I blamed them for making me feel that bad. I had the chance to tell one of them how bad she had made me feel that day. We talked about that 1 year after his death. I was in therapy at the time, and I was having some clarity in my awakening process. She answered me that she was sorry for how I had interpreted her reaction to my words, because it was not her intention to hurt me at all. I didn't feel relieved, and I believed it was probably because I had not forgiven her. So I needed more time to forgive her and myself to feel relief. To be true, I did not feel any regret by her side, and I did not want to open another conflict at the time. Now, in 2024, we had another coffee, and after doing an amazing Tears One emotional healing essential exercise, when we talked again about the first episode, I was able to share with her that now I know why she acted how she acted, with all that indifference. She knew the person and they had another kind of relationship, very different from mine with him. That's good. So she was true about her feelings about him and his death. I recognized her truth without judgment as her truth, and so it was. And this time I felt at peace talking with her about the same topic. Now I can recognize the truth about my other two friends too. The second one had never known the guy, and she was in a very difficult moment in her life. And she just said something general, as anyone can say when there are no emotions attached to something you hear. My third friend was a Facebook friend of him. So Facebook altered alerted her about his birthday. A lot of people went on his page that year and wished him happy birthday, and it was a little bit sad. And she needed the money I had not given to her for 3 years back then. And fortunately, I had the money in that moment. Yeah. This was me accepting to be on that stage when I accept life as it happens. I truly recognize my needs and I express them with the intention to understand better the person in front of me. Being that person, me, in front of my mirror or someone else in front of me in any context. One day, I believe I will be able to talk even with a fourth friend, or maybe not. Nonetheless, I'm still grateful because God sent her to me when I mostly needed her. And I am always loyal to my good memories and to my own feelings. The third quality is feeling with people by creating a sacred space. If someone you know and care falls in a rabbit hole where it's dark and starts shouting out, I'm stuck, it's dark, I'm overwhelmed, you find that through your own light. Try to safely talk to their own light and whisper, hey, I've been here too. I know how it feels. I shouted in so many desperate ways to so many different people, and nobody seemed to care enough to help me. Well, technically, it's not true. My ego makes me believe that. Another friend, after one of these attempts, told me, you have been depressed for 20 years, and now that you are healing, you do not know what to do with your freedom. Was a little bit true. My family was there, and my little sister, I have four sisters, my little one, had a lot of coffee with me, listening to my words and exchanging moods. I had two friends who listened to me. Another friend cooked for me pasta, my soul food, 3 times. Every time she never noticed I was so much angry with her because she was being nice to me. And despite everything, I ate very well. My ex-boss, who really played a crucial role in my career decisions, I quit every job I ever did until late 2021, showed compassion and kindness to me. when I opened up to her about my mental health and emotionally fragile state of being. I started to create a sacred space for myself. In 2022, I quitted my jobs and started pursuing my life coach career. I went to therapy. I learned about energy. I fell in love with energy, tarot, meditations, mindfulness, tai chi, Reiki, and I was officially on the third stage of being lived. I was living and I was loving it. In this stage, I learned how to heal emotionally, how to accept others as they are, and how to hold boundaries because I want them in my life. And if they feel the need to leave, I will feel pain a little bit, but then I will understand their decision. I learned how to use the universal energy to protect myself, to heal myself and others through me. I learned to live inside of my body and in alignment in my body, mind, and soul. I did learn how to respond instead of reacting in every situation and the benefits of it. I did learn to discern between my energy and the energy of others and how to develop my psychic abilities. In this stage, I went again into another rabbit hole, but this time I was equipped with tools. I was able to perform shadow work and to see my life not anymore as a victim of all my overwhelming experiences, but as a soul, living a human experience, and every situation in my life, also every person in my life, was there to help me understand the shadow paths of life until I was able to really recognize the light within me. And until I was able to choose my own path in life. I had to go through everything I went through, and now I can see all the blessings and be grateful for each of them in my life. And now I have a spirit team, and my path is the path of the heart. I chose the path of the heart. The fourth quality of an empath is being able to choose to have empathy for another being. Showing empathy is a choice because to connect with somebody else, you need to find something within you that knows the same feeling. Sometimes, when you do not know what to say, the best option is, oh, I don't really know what to say right now. I am nonetheless so glad you told me. All three of the friends I mentioned in this video are indeed able to have this kind of empathy. They have shown it to me in other occasions. Probably death was not an argument of their choice at the time, since they were pretty much concerned about life in a world post-COVID-19. Probably I would not have started my awakening process if something inside of me, like 70% of myself, felt drawn more to death than to life on the day of February 2021. And I am grateful for all the awareness I gained through this process, and I am eager to follow in my path. After having accepted that I am an empath, I am a light worker, and after choosing the path of love, which is the path of the heart, of understanding, and of the partnership with God, with the universe, with the Creator, you can call God, and unconditional love, how you want to call it. It is, or it should be, always love. I am now embarking on a journey to help all the empaths out there to find their light, embrace their power and authenticity, and to build for themselves and the people they choose in their life a sacred space of being. So I am open to show to each of you on a personalized one-on-one coaching experience the map of healing for empaths. Also, I will post regularly on my channels tools, exercises, and videos about this map of healing for empaths. And you can see all the other videos to know more about me and about the work I do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please like, share, and follow. And see the credits of the videos I mentioned in the article, because through all the videos I'm going to make, I'm going to mention a lot of incredible teachers that have helped me in this process. And I firmly believe they would very, very pleasantly be very helpful to you, as I will too. Thank you, thank you, thank you.